So I think one of the biggest opportunities is really economic growth. So there are a couple of ways to think about this. So one way to achieve economic growth is just lower the cost of having access to financial services. So, people do use some level of financial service everywhere. You can consider cash to be the ultimate interoperable technology, and people use cash everywhere in the world. Now, ultimately, if they don't have a way to digitize that or store it in a bank account, or if it's very expensive to store in a bank account, they may store it somewhere else, and that comes at a cost. It comes at a hard cost if bank accounts are expensive, or at a indirect or soft cost if they're storing it in their house, or if there's security costs. Now, I think if we lower that cost by digitizing cash, by enabling people to cash in and hold digital assets in a wallet and then be able to send those very easily, that's a very significant thing for people to spur economic growth. That includes cross-border payments, which is another use case that's popular on the Stellar network. If we can lower that cost, down from 6% to 3% to 2%, I think that's really exciting because then people can actually have more money left over to spend and spur economic growth. I would say on top of that, if we make it easier for people to borrow, that's another multiplier for economic growth. And that could include using lending protocols on Sorbonne to borrow and collateralizing a small portion of their balances. It could include any number of other things using the blockchain for underwriting. And so that's exciting. And then I think, most importantly, I think our cash out network is very strategic for enabling economic growth. You were mentioning the fact it could seem complicated for people to get going with a wallet, understanding how it uses, even if it's effectively a free transaction, and if there's a reason economically why someone might want to start using a wallet to enable free transactions, it might seem daunting for someone to then download a wallet and start using it. And one way we've resolved this is by enabling cash outs and by enabling something we call the Stellar Disbursement Platform, which is a platform that is currently being used by UNHCR and IRC and a number of other aid organizations to disperse aid. Now, the idea of this platform is actually to disperse to people who don't necessarily need to know anything about Stellar, anything about crypto, or anything about digital wallets. The user experience on their side is very simple. They get a text message saying they have aid available and they need to download an app to retrieve that aid. When they retrieve the aid, it comes in USDC. From their perspective, it's a US dollar equivalent balance. And then they can cash out at a MoneyGram. And they can also, in some cases, if the aid organization is game, they can send it to other people as well to help other people in their family as well through the digital wallet. I think for most people, it's going to be a similar experience to mobile money or other really simple, financial tools that are digital, in that they can actually start using it immediately. It's easy to understand. All you need to do to get started with it is add in your date of birth and your email address and your phone number, and you can get started right away. And by really focusing on the UI, making it as simple as possible, we are enabling a whole new set of people to start using this. And then you also have to build an incentive. People want to actually learn this in order to get access to the funds that are due to them. So I think cash out is something that is sort of the next frontier of crypto. And especially when you think of creators, Airbnb hosts, any other number of people that are, operating globally, Uber drivers, they all want to have digital cash out. And right now they may be actually working with very high cost systems for the purpose of cash out, especially cross-border cash out. And on Stellar, 100,000 transactions cost 1 cent. And so it's ultimately a much better system for that.
Thanks for watching this clip from Emerging Voices. If you enjoyed our content, please take a moment to like this video and share it with your friends. And to stay up to date with what's happening in Web3 from emerging markets, we produce a 5-minute, once-a-week newsletter recapping the week's Web3 news from Africa, Asia, Latin America, and Eastern Europe to help you stay informed and stay smart. Link to get access is in the description. And before you go, please subscribe to our channel. Thanks again, and see you soon.